morning, everyone. Online, is my voice is audible to you all? Can you confirm me in chat box once? As well as screen. Clear for all of you? Yes. So now, actually in last class, what we have discussed? So we have discussed about the servers, types of servers, and then architecture, right? So now let me recap it one more time for you. So now, what is meant by application? What is meant by application? So group of services together called application. Group of services together called application. In the sense app. Now at the end application, where it will be present? It is going to be present on the server. Where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the server. Now what is meant by server? Which provides the services to the end user. Services to the end user. Now, so how many types of servers we are having? We are having three types of servers. So what are they? So the first one was the web server. So the second one was the app server. So third one was the database server. So we are having three types of servers. So the first one was the web server, app server, as well as database server. Now, what is meant by web server? Web server is nothing but which provides the UI part of your application. UI part of your application. So who will work on the web server? Ultimately, we are having the UI UX team as well as developers as well as development team. Next. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like CSS, HTML, Java, React, Angular. React, Angular. So where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the presentation layer. It is going to be present on the presentation layer. So after web server, what we are having? We are having the app server. What we are having here? We are having the app server. Now what is meant by app server? App server is nothing but wherever logic was present. Logic was present. Now next. So who will work on the app server? Ultimately we are having the development team. Development team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like Java, .NET. Next, we are having the Python. Next. So where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the logic layer. Logic layer. Next. So after app server, what we are having? We are having the database server. What we are having here? We are having the database server. Now what is meant by database server? Wherever information will get saved. Wherever information will get saved. So who will work on the database server? Ultimately we are having the DB team. What we are having here? We are having the DB team. So which type of technologies they are going to use? So they are going to use like SQL, MySQL, okay, now MongoDB, HANADB, PostgreSQL. We are having the number of. Next, where it is going to be present? It is going to be present on the back. Next. So after this, we have discussed about the architectures of servers. So totally how many types of architectures we are having? We are having the four types, but majorly three. So what are they? One-tier architecture, two-tier architecture, as well as three-tier architecture. One-tier architecture, two-tier architecture, as well as three-tier architecture. So totally we are having three types of architectures. So one-tier architecture, two-tier architecture, as well as three-tier architecture. Now, so in the one-tier architecture, so totally how many servers I am having? I am having one server. So remember, tier is nothing but the layer. Layer is nothing but server. So ultimately we are going to call as one server, two server, as well as three server architecture. So in the one tier architecture, totally how many servers I am having? I am having only one server. So within the single server, we are going to install the web server as well as app server, and also we are going to install the database server. So then this type of architecture are nothing but one tier architecture. So example for one tier architecture is what? Is going to be the laptop. Great. So after one tier architecture, what we are having? We are having the two tier architecture. What we are having here? We are having the two tier architecture. So in the two tier architecture, totally how many servers I am having? I am having two servers. How many servers we are having here? We are having the two servers. And also we are going to establish the connections between them. Now in the first server, I am going to install the web server. I'm going to install the web server. In the second server, I'm going to install the app server and database server. App server and database server. So example for Twitter architecture is what? 4 as well as next. So after two-tier architecture, what we are having? We are having the three-tier architecture. So in the three-tier architecture, totally how many servers I am having? I am having three servers. I am having three servers. So now again we are going to provide the communication between them. So then this type of architecture is what? This is going to be the three-tier architecture. This is going to be the three-tier architecture. In the first server, we are going to install the web server. In the second server, we are going to install the app server. So the third server is going to be the database server. So example for three-tier architecture is what? Again, it's going to be the phone as well as YouTube. So we are going to arrange app server as well as database server was separate. So up to this we have discussed in the last class, right or not? We have discussed in the last class. Now from the first, I'm talking about the server. Now here my question was, and also I have said one point. Server is nothing but your laptop. Server is nothing but your laptop. Let's say this is my laptop. Let's say this is my laptop. So if my laptop needs to run, if my laptop needs to run, needs to work, I need here one OS, right or not? It is needs to work or needs to run. So here what I need to have? I need to have one OS. What we need to have here? We need to have one OS. Now what is mean by OS, guys? What is mean by OS? Anybody has any idea? Correct. So OS, nothing but the operating system, so which will act as an interface between human as well as mission. Let's say we are the humans, right? We are the humans. So for the humans, we know number of languages. So we know Telugu, we know Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, so English we know. So these all are called the high level languages. What we are going to call high level languages. But the server will only understand the binary level language, nothing but the lower level language. Lower level language. So it can only understand zeros and ones. Other than this, machine can't understand anything. So if the human wants to communicate with the server, the human wants to communicate with the server, here what I need to have? I need to have one translator. So here translator are nothing but the OS. Here translator are nothing but the OS. So basically it's going to be the introduction for your Linux. So let me share you the PPT of Linux here. So Azure, sorry, Canva. So Linux. So what is Linux? So see here, Linux is a free and open source operating system with high security. Linux is a free and open source operating system with high security. So here my question was, what is free and open source? So see here, free and open source is nothing but anyone can access without any pay. Anyone can access without any pay. Open source operating system with high security. For the Linux, we are having high security. Next, Linux is multi-user based OS. Linux is multi-user based OS. So here my question was, what exactly the mean of multi-user based OS? Let's say this is your laptop. Let's say this is your laptop or server or any Linux machine. So here multiple users can able to log in at a time. Multiple users can able to connect with your server at a time. So this is nothing but multi-user based OS. This is nothing but multi-user based OS. So I'm going to repeat one more time. So see here, Linux is a free and open source operating system with high security. Now, what is meant by free and open source operating system? Anyone can access without any pay. And also for the Linux, we are having very high security. Next, Linux is multi-user based OS. Linux is multi-user based OS. So what exactly the mean of multi-user based OS again? Let's say this is your server. This is your Linux machine. Multiple users can able to log in at a time. Multiple users can able to connect with your server at a time. So this is nothing but the multi-user based OS. Next. So after this, what we are having? So we have highlighted one point here, right? So what was that? Operating system. What was that? Operating system. So what exactly the mean of operating system here? So see here, an operating system is a software that acts as an interface between computer hardware components and the user. An operating system is a software that acts as an interface between computer hardware components and the user are nothing but the operating system. So that's what we have discussed it, right? So it is going to be provide the interface between user, nothing but the human. So let's say this was a human. So it is going to be act as an interface between my server. Let's say this was our server. It is going to provide the communication. Nothing but the voice. Next. So after this, what we are having? We are having the types of OSs. What we are having here? We are having the types of OSs. So depends on the platform. We are having the different OSs. Let's say if you are using the Windows laptop, you are having the Windows OS. You are having the Windows OS. Or if you are using the MacBook, you will be having the Mac OS. What we are having here? We are having the Mac OS. Or if you are using the Ubuntu servers, we are having the Ubuntu OS. What we are having here? We are having the Ubuntu OS. So depends on the platform, we are having the different OSs. So online clear for all of you? So just try to confirm me in chat box once, or do I need to repeat any point here? So then next. So after this, what we are having? We are having the Linux OS distributions. What we are having here? Linux OS distributions. So what exactly the mean of Linux OS distributions? So see here, let's say, daily we are using the phones, right? Daily we are using the phones. So we are having the number of phones like Vivo, Oppo, Realme, Redmi, Samsung. Okay, so we are having Poco. Also, we are having the iPhone. So we are having the number of phones daily we are using. Right now, let's say if the OS was the phone. Say if the OS was the phone, so these all are the different platforms. These all are the different platforms. But the purpose are going to be the same. But the purpose are going to be the same, right? So every OS, it is going to be act as an interface between your computer hardware components as well as the users. So what was the distributions here? We are having the Red Hat, Ubuntu, Debian, CentOS, Fedora, OpenSUSE, Kali Linux, Amazon Linux, as well as Rocky Linux. So basically don't remember all these things. So in the market currently most of the users are using the CentOS, Ubuntu, Amazon Linux. So our course is going to be the 3 months, right or not? So we are going to learn some days by using the Ubuntu, some days by using the Amazon Linux. In some days we are going to use the CentOS. Okay, so you guys will get to know that on, I mean to say, different platforms. Next. So after Linux OS distributions, what we are having? We are having the Linux architecture. What we are having here? We are having the Linux architecture. So what exactly it will be? I mean to say, let us discuss about this architecture. So it was very important. So see here. So in the Linux architecture, so the first component is about the hardware. What was the first component here? We are having the hardware. What we are having here? Hardware. Now, what exactly the mean of hardware here? What exactly the mean of hardware? Let's say this is your server. Let's say this is your server. So, or this is your laptop. This is your laptop. So, if any external devices that are connected to your laptop, let's say if you have connected any printer, mouse, HDMI cable, HDMI cable, or if you have connected any keyboard, so any external devices, so DVD, so any external devices that are connected to your laptop, those information are going to be stored on where? It is going to be stored on the hardware. If any external devices that are connected to your laptop, those information are going to be stored on where? It is going to be stored on the hardware. Next. So after hardware, what we are having? We are having the kernel. What we are having here? We are having the kernel. So now, what exactly the meaning of kernel here? So kernel is nothing but which provides the interface between hardware components as well as software components in your server. Let's say this is my laptop. This is my laptop. Remember, laptop is nothing but one server, as I have said, right? So in my laptop, I am having the hardware components. So hardware components in the sense which can able to see, which can able to see, which can able to touch are nothing but the hardware components like uh, CPU, okay, RAM, keyboard, so mouse. So these all are the hardware components which can able to see, which can able to touch are nothing but the hardware components. Again, in my laptop, I am having the software components which we can't see, which we can't see, which we can't. So nothing but we are having some boot files. Okay, so some softwares we are having. So those all are nothing but the software components. So if these hardware components are communicating with the software components, if the hardware components was communicating with the software components, then only our server will work. Then only our server is going to be run. So these all are nothing but, I mean to say, who will provide the communication? Who will provide the communication here? Kernel is the reason. Who will provide the communication? Kernel is the reason. So most of the people are confusing here. So they are going to be confused like difference between OS as well as kernel. So OS is nothing but which provides the interface between human as well as the machine. Kernel is going to be provide the interface between hardware components as well as software components in our server. Next. So after kernel, what we are having here? We are having the shell. What we are having here? We are having the shell. So now, what is meant by shell? Shell is nothing but the place where our commands are executing. Shell. Shell is nothing but the place where our commands are executing are nothing but the shell. So commands are executing are nothing but the shell. Let's say this is my laptop, right? So I'm going to open my command prompt. So this is my command prompt. So I'm going to enter like cd.aws. So this was a command. So small command this was. So then hit enter. The command was executed. Right or not? The command was executed. So this command was executed on where? It was executed on the shell. Was executed on the next. After shell, what we are having? We are having the application. What we are having here? We are having the application. So again, what exactly the mean of application here? What exactly the mean of application? So application in the sense the place where our applications are present. Nothing but the apps, right? A place where our applications are present are nothing but the application. Let's say this is my laptop, right or not? This is my laptop. So in my laptop, I'm having the number of applications. So I'm having like uh, Visual Studio Code, VLC Media, Chrome, we are having. So these all are nothing but the applications. The place where our applications are present are nothing but the application. So I'm clear for all of you about the Linux architecture. So remember this was very important. So in interview, they are going to ask you. So just try to confirm in chat box once. Or else do I need to repeat it again? So clear. Great. So then next. So from the first, I'm talking about the server. I'm talking about the server. Here my question was, who will provide me the server? Who will provide me the server? So ultimately, we are having cloud providers. What we are having here? We are having the cloud providers. So in the market, majorly we are having three cloud providers. Majorly we are having three cloud providers. So anybody has any idea? In the market, we are having three cloud providers. AWS, Azure, as well as GCP. Yes, Azure and GCP. So what is the full form of AWS? Amazon Web Services. So who was the owner of AWS? Amazon. Next. So Azure, who was the owner here? Microsoft. So GCP. So what was the full form? Google Cloud Platform. So who was the owner? Google. So now clear? Who will provide me the server? We are having the cloud providers in the market. So majorly we are having three cloud providers. Who are they? AWS, Azure, as well as GCP. So who was the owner of AWS here? Amazon. So Azure, who was the owner here? Microsoft. So GCP, who was the owner here? Google. Now, so let's say uh, this is my phone. Let's say this is my phone. So from this phone, I want to book a biryani packet. What I need to book here? I need to book a biryani packet. So if you want to book a biryani, so ultimately we are having two e-commerce applications again. I mean to say two apps we are having. So what are they? Zomato as well as Swiggy we are having. So if you want to book a biryani packet on Zomato or as well as Swiggy. So first, what should I have? I should have the account. What should we have? We should have the account. So without account, we can able to book the biryani packet here. We should have the account. So without account, we can't book the orders, right or not? In a similar way, let's say if you want to create any server, if you want to create a server, we should have the account. If you want to create any server, we should have the account. So let's say if you want to create the server on the AWS as well as the Azure, and also we are having the GCP. Okay. So if you want to create the servers, what should we have? We should have the accounts first. What should we have? We should have the accounts first. Okay. So without account, we can't create the server. And also, if you want to create the account, we should have one credit card. What should we have? We should have one credit card or debit card. So for the debit card, international transactions must be eligible. So remember guys, which will charge only 2 rupees. Which will charge only 2 rupees, not more than that. So that's for the damn sure. Which will charge only 2 rupees. And also this money will be returned back. This money will be returned back within 10 minutes. Your 2 rupees will be returned back within 10 minutes. Now, here my question was, without accounts, do we can't learn the DevOps? Without accounts, do we can't learn the DevOps here? So ultimately, we can able to learn. So without accounts also, we can able to learn. Okay. So from where we are going to be learn? We are going to be learn on the open source platform like Killer. What we are having here? We are having the Killer code. So just try to open your Chrome. Just try to open your Chrome and search for here Killer code. Search for Killer code. So click on the playgrounds. Click on the playground. Scroll down here where you will get the Ubuntu 24.04. Ubuntu 24.04. Click on that one. So sign in with Google. Select your mail ID and you can log in with your server. So basically, this is going to be a one server. This is going to be free for up to 30 minutes. So later, if you refresh means again it is going to be provided with 30 minutes. Okay. Now, so let's say this is my server, and also I have set one point. What was that? Server is nothing but your laptop. Let's say this is your laptop. This is your laptop. So in your laptop, if you want to create a file, if you want to create a file, so how you are going to create? How you are going to create? So we are going to click on the right click, new file or folder, right or not? So I want to create a file, so click on the file. So it is going to create one file for you. Okay. So in a similar way, this is my server. This is my Linux machine. So if I want to create a file here, so the command will be touch. What was the command here? Touch. So touch is the command to create a file. Touch is the command to create a file. Touch and then file name. So here file name may be anything as your wish. So let's say I want to create a file called DevOps. What was the file name here? So file name was the DevOps. Hit enter. So our file was created. Our file was created. So if you want to cross verify, so the command will be the ls. What was the command here? ls. ls is the command to see the list of files. And also you can give the ll. So ls is nothing but the short list, ll is nothing but the long list. So if you give the ls, you will get only the file name. You will get the only file name. Or I mean to say, if you have given the ll, you will get the full information of your file. You will get the full information of your file. So basically this was a full information. So now this is going to be the user permissions. So I will tell you. Okay, so no problem. User permissions, group permissions, and other permissions. So this was the owner, this was the group. Okay, so in upcoming sessions, you will get to know that. Okay, so there is no worries. Now, so what is the command to see the list of files? ls or ll. So what is the command to create a file? Touch. So this is the way to create the single file. This is the way to create the single file. But I want to create the multiple files. I want to create the multiple files. So command will be the same. What was the command here? Touch. And then file name. So basically I have given the DevOps, right? So now I am giving AWS as well as Azure. Also I want to create the GCP. So just try to mention the spaces between them. So ultimately it is going to create 3 files now. Hit enter. My files was created. My files was created. Now I want to cross verify whether these files was created or not. I want to cross verify whether these files was created or not. How you are going to verify that one? Ls. So I am having 3 files. So previously I used to have only 1 file. Now I am having 4 files. Clear now? Next. So let's say I want to create the series of files. I want to create the series of files. So how you are going to create? Let's say series are in the sense. So I want to create like this. So TCS1, TCS2, TCS3. So this was a series, right? TCS4, TCS5. So I can able to give the 5. TCS1 space, TCS2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 space. We can able to give like that. But what if I want to create 20 files at a time? So it is not going to be possible, right? It is not going to be possible. So we can able to create like touch TCS, the series that we want to start with. I want to start my series with the TCS. Open the braces, one double dot, 5. So if I have given here 5, it is going to create 5 files. Or if I have given the 15, it is going to create the 15 files. Or if I have given here as 50, it is going to create the 50 files. So as of now, I want to create 5 files. So then hit enter. It was created. So let us try to cross verify here. ls. I am having TCS 5 files. Okay. Remember guys, remember. So while giving this command, here dot should be 2. So I have given TCS 1 double dot 5. So totally it was created 5 files. By mistakenly, if you have given like this 1 triple dot 5, 1 triple dot 5, it is not going to create 5 files. It is not going to create 5 files. Remember here dot should be 2 only. Dot should be 2. Or if you have given like this, if you have given like this, TCS 1 dot 5, close this brace. So again it is not going to be the possible one. So here dot should be 2 only. So 3, 4, 5 dots, it is not going to be the possible. So if you have given means it is going to be under read a file. So it means by using this name, it is going to create a file for you. So verify that one. Wantedly I am going to give here one dot. So I am giving here as info 1.5. So ultimately it is going to read under a file name. It is going to be read under a file name. So by using this name, it is going to create one file for you. So verify that one. ls. Clear? So ultimately, this was the file that you have created. Or by mistakenly you have given three dots. HCL one triple dot 5. I'm going to give. So again, it was creating a file for you. It's not going to create 5 files. It is going to create only the single file by using this name. By using this name, it was created. Okay. So how many dots should be present? It should be the 2 dots. Next. So let's say this is a way to create the single file, multiple files, as well as series of files. Now I want to remove a file. I want to remove a file. So if you want to remove a file, so the command will be the rm. What was the command here? Rm. So rm is nothing but remove. So remove and then file name. So the file that you want to remove. So I want to remove the AWS file. So then hit enter. So your AWS file was removed. So if you want to verify that one, just enter with the ls. Previously, I used to have the AWS file, but now I am not having any AWS file. So again, rm Azure. So it was removed. So give the ls. So this is the way to create, I mean to say remove the single file. But if you want to remove the multiple files, rm space file name. So DevOps I want to remove. I want to remove the GC. Also, I want to remove the HCL. So basically, you will get some uh, symbols. So you can ignore these symbols, or if you want to remove those symbols, you can able to remove. So ignore those symbols, no problem. Hit enter. Close, remove. So here ls. Previously, I used to have the DevOps GCP HCL file, but now I am not having any HCL file. Next. I want to remove the series of files. I want to remove the series of files. So totally how many I'm having the TCS series with 5 files. I want to remove all these TCS files at a time. So how you are going to remove is rm space the series that you want to remove. So I want to remove the TCS series. TCS star. TCS star. Remember, so this was very important. So when you have seen a star in the Linux or in the DevOps or in the AWS or in the Azure or in the GCP. Okay. So when you have seen anywhere in the star, it is going to be represent as all. What is going to be represent? It is going to be represent as all. So remove TCS star means whatever the files that are starting with the TCS, it is going to be removed. Instead of giving the TCS, we can also give the T star. So T star in the sense the files that are starting with the T is going to be removed. We can also give the TC star. We can also give the TCS star. Anything we can. So if you have given like this, T star means, so whatever the files we are having with the T, let's say you are having touch, test, you are having. And also we are having touch, Teja. So totally I am having different series. So if you have removed T star, I mean to say if you have given the T star, it is going to remove your TCS file. And also it is going to remove your Teja file. And also it is going to remove your test file. But if you have given like this, T E star, it is going to remove only the Teja file as well as test file. It is not going to remove your TCS files. Okay. So let's say you are having like this. Touch, touch, text. You are so spelling program. So you are having the text file. So now remove TE star. So what will happen now? It is going to remove your test file, text file, Teja file, but it is not going to remove your TCS file. But if you have given like this, it is going to remove your TCS all files, text, Teja as well as uh, test. Remove. So what happened now? Only one file will be there. So remaining, what are the series that was started with the T was removed. Here ls I'm not having any. Okay. So if you have given like this, touch, page I have given, text I have given, also I have given the text. Also I have given the text. Let's say you have given like this. So randomly I am giving, randomly I am giving. So totally I am having the different files. So if you have given RMTE star, so it is going to remove your Teja under test only. So previous, I mean to say remaining, what we are having? So we are having TWQ, TWW, TWY. So it will remains constant. Why? Because I have mentioned the series as TE. So that's the reason it was there. Remaining all was removed. But if you have given T star means it is going to remove all the files. Okay. Now, so if you want to remove all files at a time, let's say I'm having like these files. If you give the up arrow, if you give the up arrow, you will get the previous commands. So let's say I'm having these files. Okay. I want to remove all the files at a time. So irrespective of the series, irrespective of the file name, I want to remove all the files at a time. So RM. RM is nothing but what? RM is nothing but your, I mean to say remove, right? And then star. So star represents all. Star represents all. Hit enter. It was removed. Give the ls. I'm not having any files. I'm not having any files here. So this is the way to create the single file, multiple files as well as series of files. And also we have seen that how to remove a single file, multiple files as well as series of files. So now guys, clear for all of you now? So only clear for all of you. Now, so guys, so like let me recap it one more time. So what we have discussed in this class, what we have discussed in this class. So in this class, we have discussed about the Linux, right? So Linux is nothing but the free and open source operating system with high security. And also Linux is going to be the multi-user based OS. Linux is going to be the multi-user based OS. Next. So after this, what we have discussed? We have discussed about the OS, right? So an OS is nothing but an software, I mean to say, which act as a software that interface between human as well as the machine. So after this, what we have discussed about the types of OSs. Like if you are using the Windows means it is going to be the Windows OS. If you are using the MacBook means so it is going to be the Mac OS. Or if you are using the, or if you are using like Ubuntu means so we are having the Ubuntu OSs. What we are having here? Ubuntu OSs. Next. So after this, we have discussed about the Linux OS distributions. So we are having the different distributions like Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS, Fedora, OpenSUSE, Kali Linux, Amazon Linux, as well as Rocky Linux. We are having. So most of the projects, all the servers are going to be in the Ubuntu, Amazon Linux, CentOS. So we are going to discuss everything. Next, after this, we have discussed about the Linux OS architecture. So in the OS architecture, what we are having first, we are having the hardware. Now, what is meant by hardware? Hardware is nothing but if any external devices that are connected to our laptop, those information will store on the hardware. So after hardware, what we are having? We are having the kernel. So now what is meant by kernel? Kernel is nothing but which provides the interface between computer hardware components as as well as the software components that are present in your laptop. So after kernel, what we are having? We are having the shell. Now, what is meant by shell? The place where our commands are executing are nothing but the shell. So after shell, what we are having? We are having the applications. Now, what is meant by application? The place where our commands are present are nothing but the application, right? So later we have discussed about the like who will provide me the servers, and also we are having the cloud providers like AWS, Azure. So if you want to practice, like if you want to create any servers, we should have the accounts first in the server. So in the open source platform, like we are having a clear code, so we can able to do the practice there. So what we have seen in this class, I mean to say, let's say if you want to create a file, you want to create a file. So what is the command here? Touch. So touch is the command to create a file. So touch and then file name. So it was created. So whether it was created or not, how you are going to verify that one? LS or LL. So LS is means what? Short list. Now what is meant by LL? Long list. Right or not? So if you give the LS means it is going to show only the file name. Or if you have given the LL means it is going to show you the full information like users, groups, permissions, and all. Later, we have discussed about like how to create the multiple files. So touch file names. So if you want to create the series of files, touch the series that you want to start with, open the braces, range, one double dot. So here dot should be the two. So if you have given the three dots or four dots or five dots, it is not going to be work. So now I want to remove a file. So if you want to remove a file, remove and then file name. Remove and then file name. So if you want to remove the multiple files, RM, file names. So if you want to remove the series of files, RM, series that you want to remove, followed with star. It is going to be remove all the. So if you want to remove irrespective of the file name as well as irrespective of the uh, file name, if you want to remove all the files at a time, so the command will be rm star. So star is nothing but all. So all clear for all of you. So guys, so that's it from my end for today. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. Any doubts from this session? Bye all. Have a nice day.